But no, he's just a clown. He's a caravan park person. Absolute clown. Skipper has done the runner, and they can't find a new skipper, so it's not running. Just everything is shut down in Burke. It's just so sad. So we've got the old Dingo Fence going up there, and then we've got it's not a cattle grid, but the fence goes all the way up there too. Maybe the old ones are in there. You can hear this siren going off. Sensor. And when they go through, when you get close to it, it goes off and it stops them from going through. And she's pretty loud, as you can hear. But there's no grid or anything, it's just these. And apparently they work really well. But the old Dingo Fence, longest fence in the world. And we've just crossed it again. We've crossed it a few times actually, maybe half a dozen times on this trip. So the old Yulo Queen Hotel, what a classic pub. Old Cole the Publican. So the story behind the name is apparently in the late 1800s, early 1900s, there was a lady down there by the name of Isabella Johnson. And apparently she was quite a good looker. Blonde hair, nice slim build. So apparently she was quite a charismatic lady and liked to flirt around a fair bit. As it said in some of the stuff that Sarah was reading, she'd like to entertain the travellers or passers-by. So I don't know what that means. But she used to flaunt her wealth. She made a lot of money out of opal mining and she liked to flaunt it. Apparently she had a belt that was a gold belt as wide as your arm, and it had opals all over it that were as big as pennies. So apparently she was also a very good horse person, so to speak. You can't say horseman, can you? Horsewoman. She was really capable horse rider, and she was also a really good shot. So she used to put the blokes to shame, apparently. Then on top of that, she was a really good card player, very shrewd and cunning card player, and she was also a very good billiard player. So she used to take on all the boys at all their little so-called, what they were good at. Wasn't one to sit around. So as well as opal mining, she owned 3 hotels, a butcher shop and a couple of other things in Julio. And one of those hotels was the Julio Hotel, which she renamed the Julio Queen Hotel, because that's what she was known around Julio as, the Julio Queen. So she renamed it after herself. So, and not only that, she lived quite a long life. She outlived 3 husbands, and although she amassed quite a fortune, apparently she gave most of it away, and she died penniless. So the old Isabella Johnson, the Julio Queen. So we're just at I think it's the Kidman RV Park. Yep. I think it's the Kidman RV Park just outside of Burke. And we've just dropped in here because they've got a couple of nice pools. We're really trying to avoid these places, and this is one of the reasons why. This just does my head in. It really does. Absolutely does my head in. And this is what I just cannot stand about these places. So we've got, like, there's no one here. The tourist season's finished. There's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there's 5 vans apart from 3 over on that side. So you can see there's van sites spare everywhere. Down there, spare everywhere down there. We've pulled up just in here. We left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bays between us and the guy next to us, because we wanted to be near the pool and near the amenities. And old mate here has just come and hopped right in between us both. Like, there's so much ground here that you can put your van on, and he's hopped in on both of us. Fortunately for us, his awning and door is on the other side, which is going to be a pain in the neck for old mate over there in the journey, because he's looking straight in. I mean, look at how many spots are free. Look, there's just spots everywhere. Look at how many are here. Like, what difference would it make between here and there? We parked over there because we're miles away from old mate. He could have parked here easily and just left us alone. But no, he's just a clown. He's a caravan park person. Absolute clown. No idea, because they cram into caravan parks everywhere. Man, she's looking pretty black up there. Looking very black. I hope we don't get a storm. Is it coming this way? No, it seems to be going over that direction, I hope, because it's very black out there. Well, looks like I was wrong with the storm. Yeah, I think I might, I'll probably give it a tie down, I guess. But she's definitely come in now, and it's going to get worse. The winds have picked up and the rain's moved in. She's howling. Oh yeah, look at this. Woohoo! Check her out, look at that over there. I'm out in the pouring rain too. Listen to this wind, oh wow. She's a gem. We're lucky we've got the awning going the right way, so it's not getting hammered. Well, now we got us a storm, that's for sure. Lucky we're pointing the right way too, because the awning's doing well, but man, she is bucketing down and it is howling with wind out there. It is for sure. There we go. Woohoo! She's a gem of a storm.
First one running cold since we left.
Yeah. Downtown Burke, and I tell you what, there's not a lot of stuff to see here, but this is something that's very cool. It's the old silo art. Love the silo art. Have a go at that one, that's a gem. So this was painted by John Murray and a couple of other guys. John Murray's the artist out of Lightning Ridge. It's pretty good. It's about Dobson, I think his name is. I'll find out. He was the first Aboriginal athlete to win a gold medal. He won it in high jump in the Commonwealth Games in 1962. Set a Commonwealth record of 6 feet 11 inches, and that was when they did the old style, when they used to flip over with their legs over it. So his name was P.F. Hobson, and the Commonwealth Games, 1962 Commonwealth Games, was actually in Perth. There you go. And it's a pretty cool mural, that's for sure. And down the bottom of it, go and have a bit of a better look. Down the bottom of it is all the handprints from all the people around the town. I'm not sure I fit every single one of them, but there's quite a few. I'll have a quick squeeze. I'm getting wet. So we've just slipped down to the Darling River, and we're just on the historic wharf, as they call it, but this is actually a replica. She's a replica of one of the wharves that they built here when the Darling River, they opened it up in 1850 as a transport route through the area, and it was one of the major transportation routes all through this area. The old Darling River always had water in it, well, most of the time had water in it, so the old paddle steamers used to come up and down here. We were going to have a go on the old paddle steamer, but unfortunately the skipper has done the runner and they can't find a new skipper, so it's not running. So that's a bit of a bummer. Anyway, you get that on big jobs. Well, Main Street of Burke. It's 1:15 on a Saturday, and everything is got roller shutters on it. Maximum security everywhere. It's pretty sad, actually. Look at that. Really sad. And I was going to go and try and find the Carriers Arms Hotel, because the Carriers Arms Hotel, apparently the pub where Henry Lawson used to go and drink. But all the pubs in town have all closed down, all the historic pubs. There's only one pub that's left open. And it is just so quiet in here, it's dead. There's just nothing here. Everything's just shutting down and closing. So we've found the old Carriers Arms Hotel, which is also the Cobb & Co booking office, and apparently back in the day maybe Cobb & Co Tavern. And this is where Henry Lawson used to come and drink. And the poor old place ain't looking too good anymore, that's for sure. Just everything is shut down in Burke. It's just so sad. It's really sad. Just, I don't know. Just no one out here. So we've just dropped into the bottle shop, have a go. The whole thing is in a cage, and there's a little opening down the end down there where old mate sticks his arm through and get all the grog. Have a go. Oh my goodness, all boarded, all gold. So we're just leaving Burke, we're on the road to Cobar, and once again there is just goats absolutely everywhere. Look at all the goaties. Stacks of them all over the side of the road, everywhere. Anyway, what do? Then it's not worth it for anybody to round them all up. There's some more just sitting down having a rest. But it's funny because they're all on the edge of the road because the grass is pretty green on the edge of the road. Maybe from the rain that we had the other night, all the grass on the edge of the road starting to come up, and all the goaties are out on the edge of the road. So we just pulled into Cobar, another mining town, gold mine out here. So just stopped at the information centre because when we were driving along I remembered that I didn't plug the fridge in. And the problem is the fridge will stay cold for quite a while, but the problem is that the Anderson plug drags on the ground. So obviously when it drags on the ground, the bitumen, she gets knocked about, and here we go. I can probably still plug this one in, but this is, I think, my 4th plug that I've done. Like, I've got a annoying, I keep forgetting, stupid idiot. Anyway, and then behind me here is, outside the information centre, is some statues and things like that. So there's a old miner over there. So there's a miner there, and then there's old mining stuff there, and mining stuff there, and then there's a digger over there, and it could even be a little mine in there somewhere. But anyway, we're going to have a bit of a look and see what's going on. So we just pulled off the side of the road here in Cobar. Have a look at this old open cut mine. And I didn't really think too much of it, and there's a sign just here. So this is the Great Cobar. It was a copper mine that was opened in 1871. At its peak it had 14 smelters and employed over 2,000 people. So between 1876 and 1919 it produced 114,809 tonnes of copper. Wow. 9,670 kilos of gold and 46,700 kilos of silver. Wow, what a prosperous mine this joint was. What a gem. I wonder how deep it is. She's full of water there now. But if this is just this part of the open cut mine, they took that much out of there, that's incredible. Wow. Downtown Cobar. And this is probably the old smelter or something from the old mine. She's not a bad little old sign, that one. She's a gem. Check her out. We'll go and have a look at this open cut mine. See what she's like. We're not going to stay here tonight. We're going to get down to Lake Cargelligo. Go and spend a few days down there. Go for a swim and a fish. Get onto some Murray cod. Not. So we've just popped up to the Fort Burke lookout, which looks out over Cobar and over an open cut mine. Apparently there's some ruins down the bottom of the mine here that were old stone cottages from the early days when the miners were out here, 1890s. So the early miners. But we'll go and have a quick squiz. I might actually flick around over onto this side so we can see, you can see down into the open cut mine. She's a gem, and out over Cobar. We've got the platform here that goes right out, so let's have a bit of a look. Oh yeah, that's really good for someone like me who's afraid of heights. Oh wow. Oh, okay. Well, let's have a squeeze. There you go. And there's also a shaft down there too. They must have been digging into the hill. We'll see if we can get the old GoPro through this and get it right out. We'll have a bit of a squeeze. This mine here is actually still operational. The open cut part isn't, but this is where they bring all of the trucks to the surface. So there's another mine that is, what have we got? It's about 2 k's underground. They truck it through. And what have they got? 7.5 tonnes a week come up out of these mines.
Out of just New Cobar.
Out of just New Cobar.
Yeah.
Oh, just the mine that's below this site down here.
Yeah.
So it's mainly copper and gold. And what were you saying? They gold, they put air bubbles through it.
No, that's the copper.
Oh, the copper, sorry. Yeah, the copper.
Copper.
The copper, they have water with air bubbles in it, and the copper sticks to the air bubbles, and the air bubbles pass through the slurry. Sorry. So with copper, the way they get it out is they pass air bubbles through the slurry, and then the copper minerals attached to the bubbles flows to the surface, and then they're skimmed off. So, and the gold is smelted, producing gold bullions, about 15 kilos each. And the gold bar is that represents 1 to 2 days of production from peak gold mines operations. So 15 kilos of gold a day. That's not bad going. If we wait around here for long enough, we could probably see a dump truck come up full. So they must bring it up here and then dump it over there, and then they transport it to the smelters or wherever they put them. Anyway, that's pretty cool. All right, off we go. Oh, well, actually, before we head off, there was a sign down the bottom there. It wasn't very big, but it said no through road, with a picture of a caravan with a big circle and a red cross in it. And I tell you, we are very lucky that there was a couple of cars, but there's only a couple here, because all there is the car park, and I've had to reverse back into this little gravel pit because you can't turn around. So if the old car park was full here, I would be in deep trouble. I would not be able to turn around. Anyway, we did, because there's no one here. So when we thought we'd finished the dirt, oh, what a surprise! We're back. So just coming into Lake Cargelligo, and this has got an absolute gem of the old silo art or water tank art. That's a ripper. So we've just pulled up to Lake Cargelligo, and we've snagged a pretty good little camping spot here again. There's the old dam, everything's set up there.